this whole off season, I've been, pumping up Bryce. I've been having Bryce's back. It's crazy. All last year during the college season, I was like CJ Stroud. I was on CJ Stroud, CJ Stroud. But when we picked Bryce, I tried to have his back. I tried to say Bryce is gonna be the guy, little Patrick Mahomes, all this stuff. But it's time to ask the question. The 0-5 Panthers, is Bryce Young a bust?
A bust? Still too early to say he's a bust, but I mean, you can't act like you don't see what Stroud is doing over there in Houston. I don't know if it's maybe the coaching, but I think it's all talent. I really do think it's all talent. I've got some stats for you between Bryce and
Hey,
CJ, right?
show the
So
tattoo.
yeah, we get to that. Bryce 750 passing yards, 5 TDs, 4 interceptions, 77 passer rating. Good enough for 30th in the NFL. 0
Wait,
and 5.
and then let's clarify this. You said how many 750 passing yards?
750.
500, nah, sorry, 650 of them came in garbage time. Continue.
Probably. CJ Stroud. 1,461 passing yards, 7 TDs, zero interception, passer rating of 98.4, fourth in the league, ahead of guys like Stafford, Allen, Purdy, Hurts, Lawrence, Herbert. List goes on. 2 and 3, right? Is Bryce a bust? No, but I do think they're freaking grinding their teeth that night. That they let his resume in college kind of dictate the overall talent. Because don't get me wrong, CJ Stroud looks like that guy. I mean, he's a pure passer. Dude hits it on the money every single time. Even the balls that he throws out of bounds look good. You know what I'm saying? I went a little bit deeper, right? Maybe I was like, well, what drew them to draft Bryce, number one, right? So this is a Bryce's stats at Alabama, the 3 years he was there, right? 8,356 passing yards, 80 TDs, 12 interceptions. All right. CJ Stroud, 8,123 passing yards, 85 TDs, 12 interceptions. The only difference between Bryce and CJ Stroud is Bryce has a ring, but he rode the bench that year. So a ring with an asterisk.
Asterisks.
So
Ooh.
I think this is more of a question for you, Kari. Is Bryce a bust? Because I don't know if he's a bust or not. It's only been 5 games, but I do think at this point, yeah, you kind of wish you would have drafted CJ. Because what does Houston have receiver wise that's so much better than Carolina?
Hey,
Really?
Robert
If you
Woods is 1,000 yard
no,
receiver.
you got Bob Trees, you got Nico
Dalton
Collins,
Schultz,
Mechie, Schultz. Yeah, you got that.
Tank
We
Dell.
we
Carolina, they got Hayden Hurts,
this was
Thielen,
the first year
Chenault,
that we
Terrence Mitchell, Mingo. You know,
this is the first year in like since I can pretty much remember that we went out and tried to add to our wide receiver room instead of going like homegrown talent. Like when in the past we had like Kelvin Benjamin drafted, Steve Smith drafted, Funches drafted, DJ Moore drafted. So this is the first year since I can remember that we went out and tried to make our wide receiver room from outside talent, right? Where we said, all right, Adam Thielen look over the hill last year, who is actually our best receiver this year. Probably
Yeah.
might make a Pro Bowl off garbage time yards. Kind of crazy. But we got Adam Thielen, who, we went and got Chark, who was kind of dealing with injuries a lot, who kind of dropped off, but looked decent in Detroit last year. We went and got Hayden Hurst. So, I mean, this was the first year I can remember where we went out and did that. Is Bryce Young a bust? I mean, it's too early, like, to give up on him already, but it just don't look good. Like, from everything I watch, every time I watch the game,
he looked great in garbage time. I'll give you
yeah,
that.
in garbage time, but what happens in garbage time? People back off. They leave the middle of the field open. That way they ain't giving up like deep balls and stuff, right? So of course he gonna look good at that moment. It's when we're actually in the game. three and out, interception. It just doesn't look good. It doesn't look like he like has any type of feel for the quarterback position, and it's hard because the last time we drafted the number one overall quarterback, we
Yeah.
got an MVP and we got to a Super Bowl at least. We didn't win, but we got one. You know, I don't see and Cam won Rookie of the Year. Cam from the jump looked like he was that guy. He was worthy of being the number one pick. You know, yes, it was only a 4 year stretch, or we can say five, but it was a 4 to 5 year stretch of Cam Newton on top, looking dominant, whatever. But I mean, for them 4 to 5 years, Cam looked like he was a guy. Bryce, I don't even get that feel. I don't even see anything that makes him look like, there's potential. I don't see no throws that's like, all right, yeah, well, at least we got something here. Everything with Bryce is straight garbage time. I don't know. What do you say, Howard?
All right, Carolina faithful. I know you've probably listened to these two guys talk and probably not feeling too good with yourself because not much to look forward to. But I'm going to soothe the wounds. I'm not going to throw salt, pump the brakes, okay? There's plenty of times we've seen this quarterback struggles in his first and even his second year, and then he starts to come together in the third to fourth year. There's a quarterback that everyone loves now. That actually was about to lose his job in his third year. Tua. Oh my God, Tua. Now talk about something. He looked like
That's not
hot
who you meant.